You see, despite what you've been conveniently told, herpes is not the undefeatable enemy it is made out to be. That once you're infected, it stays in your system forever, ready to wreck your life. And it has nothing to do with your genes, your gender, or your medical condition. Instead, herpes is the manifestation of an internal process that blocks vital functions of your immune cells, making it impossible to block the spread of the disease. But once you understand why and how this happens, you'll finally grab the chance to eliminate it, reverse the damage it has caused, and shield your body from cold sores, redness, itchiness, and painful blisters once and for all. A method so simple and safe that it has nothing to do with prescribed medications or dangerous surgical treatments, and comes with a lot more amazing benefits. You'll look at yourself in the mirror and see a person with clear and healthy skin. The excruciating pain and itchiness that drove you mad will finally disappear. The looks of disdain and horror that people used to throw at you will be gone. The anxiety, the insecurity, and utter humiliation, all those together that wrecked your very soul with every single flare-up, will be a distant memory, and the deep feeling of being damaged goods for your partner will vanish, liberating you from the herpes nightmare and winning back your glowing and rejuvenated complexion, one that you have always deserved from the day you were born. Now, you may be feeling skeptical about this. I understand. You have been promised answers, and all you got was more questions. When you eagerly hoped for antiviral medications and expensive prescriptions to stop the outbreaks, you paid your doctor another visit, always positive to try a new drug that for sure will work better this time. And it makes sense, since the herpes industry, multinationals, have been running on your suffering and goodwill for decades. But this ends today, because no matter who you are or sad, whether you're plagued by HSV1, HSV2, or both, you simply cannot afford to miss a single second of this presentation, because it's guaranteed to change everything you thought was real about the herpes virus. So let me ask you, are you suffering from recurring cold sores and painful blisters in the most inconvenient of times and just wish to escape this nightmare safe and fast? Have you tried your hardest and still nothing changed, and you desperately look for a real solution? Have you ever stood in front of the mirror and just cried thinking, "Oh God, not again"? Have you felt embarrassed and unattractive, worrying your partner will find out your well-kept secret? Do you keep telling yourself that it's not a big deal and no one will actually care? And finally, do you want to stop wondering how great life would be without nasty blisters, pain, itchiness, and a genital disease that drives everyone away from you? Then stay right where you are, because no matter if you're coming here because you've recently discovered that you or your partner has HSV1 or 2, and no matter if you're wondering how to overcome it or contain the outbursts. And today, you can finally find out how you can actually attain all these and set foot on a 100% herpes-free reality. But let's not take only my word for it. Just listen to some of the 87,000 men and women from all over the world who use this method and are enjoying the mind-blown results. Nora Fox, 35 years old, from Miami, Florida, says, "Unattractive. This is what I felt like every time I looked at myself in the mirror. Herpes had been destroying my life for so long. I had not seen someone for more than 2 years, and I tried everything, but it always came back. You see, I was lucky to have both HSV1 and HSV2. I was one step away from severe depression, but thankfully, my sister bought this for me. To my astonishment, it worked. It completely stopped the outbreaks, and now I'm living herpes-free. Can't thank you enough. You made my life worth living again." Adam O'Pry, 40 years old, from San Diego, California, says, "You cannot even imagine the stigma those with STDs have to live through. I got herpes from my ex-girlfriend who told me nothing about it. I had not been able to date anyone in the past half year. I felt like trash, not to mention the complete absence of my sex drive. I tested your solution out of curiosity, and in just a few weeks, I was surprised to see positive results. I almost screamed out of joy and excitement. Words will never be enough to express my gratitude." And Alex Zaffardino, 22 years old, from San Francisco, California, who wrote to us, "I was diagnosed with HSV1 3 years ago. I never knew what bullying and starings full of disgust meant. Herpes made my college experience awful. Every girl I had been attracted to rejected me. Not that I had any confidence to approach anyone from a certain point. People were looking at me with disgust down the uni corridors. Some even laughed at me behind my back. I was furious that this happened to me. My mum convinced me to try your method, although I will admit, I didn't want to at first. But thank God I did try it because it saved me. I only have 2 words for you. Goodbye, herpes." Thank you so very much. These are some of the stories that storm my email and WhatsApp every single day, and they all say the same thing, that this solution is life-changing and is guaranteed to work for anyone out there. Okay, it's time I introduce myself properly. My name is Aidan Tomlinson, a 36-year-old guy engaged to a wonderful woman called Judith. I'm no dermatologist, infectious diseases specialist, and I am not here to complain. I am here to offer you a solution. I am a normal guy who never ever would have imagined that his life would turn upside down because of this disease. It was the very same day I proposed to Judith that she noticed red marks on her skin in the form of a huge crust covering all of her mouth, slowly spreading on half of her face. I told her it was probably some sort of irritation or allergy that sooner or later would go away. The following morning, Judith woke up in pain, her skin now decorated with red, itchy sores. Scared and panicked, she made an appointment with a dermatologist, and later that day, she dropped the bomb on me. She was diagnosed with HSV-1. At first, I thought she was messing with me, and when I told her to cut it out, she looked hurt. I stared carefully, looking at her complexion. It had aggravated. Her face was like a field on fire, and I could only imagine the tingling, the burning sensation she had to endure, the insane itchiness and painful blisters. She was prescribed a calming cream, which in all fairness worked, and after 2 days, her skin showed some improvement. Even though the outbreak subdued, it didn't last long. In fact, the symptoms came back stronger. It would start with a red rash, transforming into itchy cold sores all over her mouth, giving their place blisters that made it excruciatingly painful to wash her face. Once, I heard her scream that she was on fire, and then the first blow came. Judith was a contract negotiator for a large private bank. Following a certain dress code and maintaining a specific appearance was a prerequisite for her position. Unfortunately, no matter how much she tried, the herpes explosion on her face, the swelling, the sores were all still pretty visible. Her boss told her she should probably take some days off until she deals with this properly. It doesn't help with the clients, he said. Then she bumped into her old friend that made her feel like the ugliest and worthless person to walk the earth. Desperate as she was, she tried every solution out there, from common and praised antivirals to self-made remedies she saw on the internet, yet all of them failed her, one by one. Some caused her greater damage, leaving her in distress and tears. My heart sank as I was watching her struggle, and I would do anything to take her pain away. I kept telling her that we would fight through this together, that she had to be patient because we would find a way to stop it. But she wouldn't listen, and she ended up doing dangerous things behind my back. Judith began abusing the acyclovir pills, taking more than the recommended daily dose, in high hopes that the medicine will block the herpes outbreaks for good. And I'm sure she would never go to such extremes had she not been in such a dark place mentally. It was a Thursday evening after finishing dinner when Judith suddenly didn't feel well. She tried to hold onto the table. Then I heard the sound of plates shattering into the floor and turned to see her collapsing on the carpet. She was screaming in pain. On our way to the hospital, she lost her consciousness despite the paramedics' best of efforts not to. The doctor told me that she suffered from acute kidney injury, and had we been a minute late, he couldn't guarantee she would be here with us. But how? I asked in astonishment. She never had any problems with her kidneys. Actually, Mr. Tomlinson, we found excessive amounts of the drug acyclovir in your fiancé's blood. In rare cases, overdose can lead to acute kidney injury and sometimes even renal failure, which may be proved fatal if not for urgent care. Didn't you know? The doctor said, scanning my face and searching for an explanation. I looked at him with guilt in my eyes. In all honesty, I did not, and I felt sick to my stomach for it. Judith could have died, and I didn't even get the slightest idea of what she was doing. How could I not? She was the one plagued by this horrid disease. She was the one carrying this burden all over her body, the one that needed help and support more than ever. And yet she pulled through the last minute, and I didn't have a clue until the inevitable almost happened. Judith underwent intensive treatment and recovered fully, and thankfully both her and I got out of this without any severe losses. Now, I didn't know it back then, but that exact moment was going to change everything in our life. And I'm confident it will change yours too. So keep watching this for a couple more minutes, because I'm about to reveal the real reason why you haven't been able to get rid of those herpes outbreaks until now. It was during Judith's stay at the hospital I met Dr. Linton. Now, Dr. Linton has been the man that got Judith out of the herpes labyrinth. He was a doctor of excellent caliber and one that has dealt with grave and severe HSV-1 and HSV-2 cases. He's been a member of an elite team of doctors that you don't usually find at a private practice or your local clinic. Instead, scientists like him work for breakthrough projects that concern medical innovations and treatments for incurable diseases. In fact, he's the one that takes the most complicated cases and performs miracles. His work, in every sense of the word, is impeccable. He actually approached me first when he noticed Judith's herpes outbursts and heard her story. Over the days, we really developed a friendly relationship, and he would even visit Judith and ask her how she was feeling. He was not only a great doctor, but also a very empathetic and charismatic person. He truly cared about patients. I'm truly sorry for your fiancée, Aiden. Truth is, she is one of the most severe herpes cases I've ever witnessed. And her doing what she did, Dr. Linton said to me, nodding his head. I know, I whispered back. I've seen so many men and women desperate to escape this disease that they do the craziest things you could think of. And the sad reality is that 80% of the human population is infected with the virus and will, one way or another, suffer outbreaks. But most of them will never be able to contain or get rid of it, and there's a very good reason behind it. Everyone is looking in the wrong direction. It's no secret that the herpes virus lingers hidden in our cells and reactivates multiple times during our lifetime. The thing is that scientists haven't been able to decide how the virus reaches our nerve cells and why it lays there dormant. You see, the main aim of the medical community focuses on treating the symptoms and not killing the virus. After all, it's considered impossible. And with modern antivirals, patients have been convinced that it's not a big deal to begin with. But if you ask me, it really is. In fact, a hovering free herpes may cause severe infections in the nervous system and lead to conditions such as meningitis. It can also cause pneumonia and dangerous inflammation in the esophagus and so many more. Recently, we found that it plays a key role in the development of memory diseases. And these are just the end of the line. What happens to the trauma, the stigma, the suffocation, the pain and the feeling of not being worthy of living a normal life? No, herpes is one of the sneakiest and most vicious conditions out there, and that's why it must be stopped, the doctor concluded. But this will never happen, I said, discouraged. What if I told you this is wrong? Dr. Linton said to me and looked me straight into the eyes. How? I asked, astonished. The only reason the herpes virus has been able to survive and hide deep in people's nervous system for so long is because it gets there safely and unbothered. In fact, the virus is way smarter than we think, and instead of looking deep into the brain, we must focus on how it gets there. It all starts in our immune system, and yes, scientists know this. But what was recently discovered and confirmed is that HSV1 and 2 can trick the immune system in such a way that it does nothing. In fact, our immune cells aren't alarmed at all that a pathogen attacks our body. And this is because the herpes virus is one that has over 200 proteins that can unleash and foul our complex. So once a person contracts herpes, it acts fast and hijacks a well-hidden, an infamous pathway that connects the immune system to our neurons. Herpes uses their proteins to prevent the infected cell from even realizing that it is infected or threatened. This gives the virus enough time to infect host cells and multiply effectively and have the upper hand. And now that it passed through our best of defense forces, it travels freely to our brain, where it finds the coziest place to reside and attacks whenever it has the chance. This is why common treatments don't work in the long term, and this is why even though a drug may work the first time, it might do nothing during the next outbreak. They help treat cold sores and genital eruptions, but they don't eliminate the risk for recurring outbreaks, he said. Have you ever wondered why antivirals like acyclovir don't work for anyone? Have you ever wondered why, even though they are the #1 recommended treatment, symptoms resurface periodically? This is because drugs like acyclovir are known for weakening the immune system. Now, how much easier is for the herpes to outsmart and foul an enemy that is already down on its knees? He asked me. I was listening to Dr. Linton with increased interest, and all these made sense, but what I couldn't see was how the virus would be eventually killed, since it has already infected cells that reach our central nervous system. I decided to look into it on my own, in order to better understand what Dr. Linton told me. As I was surfing through the internet, I stumbled upon a published article in the scientific journal Nature, a research conducted by scientists at the Rockefeller University. According to the scientists, the herpes virus is able to infect the cell's surface through a protein called TAP. TAPs, a transporter that acts as a bridge that transcends viral elements across the tissues and structures within the cells. From there, they travel to the cell's surface, ringing the bell to immune cells that viral elements are within their territory. Only that in the case of the herpes complex virus, this doesn't happen, allowing it to remain hidden and undetected. Next, the virus does its usual ritual and binds itself on a certain protein known as CTTCF that, according to Harvard Medical School, is responsible for activating the virus. I almost got up from my seat. Dr. Linton's words came back to me. That the virus reaches our nervous system and lies in the coziest place it can find. The CTCF. The virus uses this specific protein as its regulator for its sleep-wake cycle, like a master of puppets that uses them for his dirty jobs. I was shocked. Everyone was focusing on how to reduce the outbreaks and didn't even think to find out how the virus actually works and switches between the dormant and active phase. Because addressing a solution for a problem like this is less profitable than selling useless creams and prescriptions. And it's the exact reason why 99% of all men and women that wish to escape the next herpes wave fail to do so. I called Dr. Linton the next day, told him about my findings, which he confirmed. I was furious that Judith had to settle for fear her whole life just because some guys with suits behind desks have decided so. I was furious that she thought she deserved way less than others, that she didn't feel comfortable in her own skin, that she and all those suffering from the same condition were nothing more than a piece of flesh to big pharma and herpes industry elites. This is why you'll never hear about this on national television or read about it on mainstream news across the internet, because it's way easier and tens of times more profitable to keep people sick instead of treating their condition once and for all. Honestly, I don't know if this is some kind of conspiracy or a carefully planned plot by pharmaceutical higher-ups, but all I know is that 80% of the human population is tantalized by this overwhelming virus, and yet no one does anything about them. But there must be something we can do, I said to Dr. Linton. There is, he said firmly, but he warned me. Due to Judith's severe case of herpes, it won't be easy to see results as fast as expected. Because of these delicate circumstances, we'll have to create a much stronger formula to see any results. In other words, the doctor was saying that if this formula would work on Judith, since it's going to be so powerful, it will work on any person out there, no matter if they suffered from herpes for just a week, a month, or 10 years. To make this work, we had to safely introduce certain chemicals inside Judith's bloodstream. The best thing about this process is that it's 100% natural. We would just have to armor Judith's immune cells with the ingredients they need to fight back. And then the process of destroying the virus from its root would start. Now, the problem was that, according to Dr. Linton, until now, no one has tried to combine all these elements into a single powerful program with the sole purpose of completely eliminating the herpes virus. It just meant we'd have to test as many combinations as possible until we could find something that worked. Judith was extremely excited to be part of Dr. Linton's experiment. So next morning, we got started. Each day, Dr. Stein would have her try dozens of natural ingredients. He was carefully selecting them to do two things: block the activities of TAP and CTCF that the virus employed for its expansion and kill the viral elements in Judith's body, and enhance her immune system. So she was eating and drinking all sorts of plants, herbs, and minerals, and even special oil mixes. And Dr. Linton would keep track of Judith's progress. We were all really excited. Both Judith and I knew that Dr. Linton wasn't looking for a temporary fix, but a treatment that would exterminate this horror once and for all. Our goal was to make sure Judith's body starts responding against herpes and gains immunity for years to come. For the first 7 or 8 days, there weren't any major changes. Maybe the fact that she felt like she had more energy than ever in her life. It was like her body was reborn. She became more focused, calm, and relaxed. Her overall mood was way better. It was like Dr. Linton said. Since her body's defenses were building up strong, her skin and brain were getting a surge of fresh, healthy air. Now, one morning, something incredible happened. As Judith was about to wash her face and do her morning routine, she looked at her face in the mirror and let out a scream. I rushed outside the bathroom and asked her if she was all right. She opened the door, and I was stunned. It had finally happened. Her face was as clear as the light blue sky, and her whole complexion was glowing. Tears of joy were running down her cheek, and both Dr. Linton and I couldn't be happier after her blood readings were 100% pure from the herpes virus. Judith agreed to continue the program. Now, after the initial clear-up, the good news kept coming. She didn't have any sort or outbreaks, mild or intense for months, and her skin was all smooth and shiny, being eventually herpes-free for the longest she has ever been in her entire life. No more cold sores, no more blisters, no more redness, no more suffocating pain, and irresistible itchiness. But still, the results didn't just stop there. Judith was feeling healthier than ever, rarely catching a cold, Her energy was off the limits, her career was thriving, and she could enjoy so many hobbies she couldn't before. All her stress and anxiety were gone, and I can't even begin to tell you how happy I was to see her feel comfortable in her own skin, to see her smile from ear to ear, and live life to the fullest. And finally seeing this monstrous disease that tormented her for so long, finally gone. It was an extreme feeling of liberation. She had finally broken free from the shackles that made her feeling isolated and insecure. "We have to share this with every person out there," I said to Dr. Linton. But he warned me, just because this program worked on Judith wasn't enough proof it will work on anyone. So we went on Reddit and posted a message saying, "We're looking for volunteers." It was quite easy. Next day, we had 305 people who signed up for the program. Dr. Linton prepared the formula, gave it to all participants, and instructed them to follow the program for at least 30 days. Now, we expected to see some results, but we sure as hell didn't expect to see them coming in that fast. Not long after, our phones were ringing like crazy, with all the applicants explaining to us their symptoms had vanished completely. We almost thought they were joking. But then we ran multiple blood tests in every single one of them, and there was zero trace of HSV1 and HSV2 in their system. Even the most skeptical ones, to their utter shock, were now herpes-free and enjoyed other amazing benefits this program has to offer. 100% of the participants reported an increased sex drive, greater focus and concentration, and their stamina skyrocketed. It was absolute madness. "We've done it," I said to Dr. Stein. We had finally found the long-awaited and only working solution that guarantees to put the herpes virus to sleep. It was that moment when we knew we had to make it public. So Dr. Linton managed to pull some strings, and we found a small, independent, natural pharmaceutical company in Colorado. And we started looking for producers that only offer the purest ingredients. I'll tell you, it wasn't easy. It took us weeks until we found something reliable. You would be shocked if you'd know how ignorant most of these people are when it comes to the quality and purity of the raw materials they produce. We looked for ingredients on 4 continents. Dr. Linton used all his connections to make sure we only get top-quality ingredients from certified and FDA-approved producers. The job was excruciating. We worked day and night to make sure each ingredient is mixed in the right quantities. But after over a month of hard work, we finally did it. I wanted to scream it out loud as I held in my hands the protocol that would finally give every single man and woman all over the world a life free of herpes. We called it Tranquivir, with its powerful mixture of carefully selected ingredients. This program is the only clinically proven and successfully tested solution by over 87,000 men and women that's guaranteed to eliminate HSV1 and HSV2 completely from your system in just a matter of weeks. Each ingredient was specifically selected for its herpes-destroying properties, and when combined together in the right quantities, all the superfoods have the ability to boost your immunity and block the proteins that spread the virus through your body. Every capsule inside Tranquivir is made here in the US in our FDA-approved and GMP-certified facility under extremely sterile, strict, and precise conditions. All capsules are non-GMO safe. They do not contain any stimulants or toxins, and they are not habit or tolerance-forming. And the way this program works is groundbreaking. Over a dozen independent labs across 2 continents have tested this program on 3,604 men and women from 8 countries to make sure all ingredients can sustain high quality and purity. Lab tests have shown us that in order for this program to be efficient, all the ingredients have to be mixed only in these exact quantities and in this exact formula. And what we achieved is what most experts call a medical breakthrough. Here's a short explanation on how these ingredients work and why they are so powerful. Step 1. Your body absorbs and integrates these powerful elements. The moment you swallow the first capsule is the moment the exterminating process begins. This unique blend of highly nourishing substances, carefully gathered and selected from all over the world, is crucial for directly attacking the virus, clearing up your system, and building your defenses. The first step is to block the pathway of TAP and the CTCF, where the virus binds on and spreads from your immune system to your nerve cells. The second step is to enhance immunity so that the cells stay alert to pathogens. Then they can start breaking down the viral elements and keeping them away. Now, since these nutrients are pure and carefully combined to complete these specific tasks, your body starts utilizing them right away. You'll immediately notice that the excruciating pain and itchiness will significantly reduce, and cold sores will start diminishing. Step 2. Your immune system is now properly reinforced. That your body got what it precisely needed in order for its cells to function optimally, it stays alert for the herpes pathogens. It targets the TAP pathway, which the virus resorts to in order to remain undetected. For this purpose, we used a highly sufficient blend of vitamin C, vitamin B6, pyridoxine HCl, and selenium, amino acid chelate, to suppress this process and block any viral activity. Step 3. The herpes outbreaks disappear. To achieve the permanent elimination of herpes recurrence, we carefully selected a proprietary blend of over 27 powerful nutrients designed to neutralize the virus and rebuild your natural defenses. Vitamins B1, B2, and B3 play a critical role in extinguishing cold sores naturally, allowing your immune system to respond swiftly and effectively to HSV, directly attacking the virus during active outbreaks. These essential vitamins restore your body's balance and promote optimal immune function, reducing the frequency and severity of recurrences. Iron, a vital nutrient often deficient in individuals with HSV, supports your body's ability to fight back. The herpes virus relies on the enzyme ribonucleotide reductase, which depends on iron to replicate and trigger outbreaks. By replenishing iron levels, we give your immune system the ammunition it needs to combat and suppress the virus, effectively reclaiming control over your health. Magnesium is another key element in this breakthrough formula. It has been shown to suppress herpes flare-ups by strengthening immunity and boosting the activity of T cells, the very cells HSV targets first. With magnesium fortifying your defenses, your body is better equipped to resist viral intrusions. Vitamin C supercharges your immune system, speeding the healing process of cold sores, blisters, and ulcers. By supporting both innate and adaptive immunity, it ensures your body stays on high alert, ready to fend off HSV at every turn. Selenium, a powerful antioxidant, works alongside these nutrients to neutralize oxidative stress caused by the virus while boosting your antiviral defenses. To complete this potent formula, zinc has been included to enhance your immune function and repair the damage inflicted by the virus during outbreaks. Together, these ingredients form a comprehensive barrier against HSV, allowing your body to recover and rebuild itself from within. With these powerful nutrients working in harmony, your outbreaks diminish, healing accelerates, and your immune system emerges fortified and ready to prevent future recurrences. This is the moment you realize the virus no longer controls your life. It's a transformative breakthrough, putting you back in charge of your health. Step 4. Your entire body is rejuvenated and works like a Swiss clock. In just a matter of weeks, you'll experience a complete transformation. Your body will reach its peak performance, working seamlessly and effortlessly, just like a finely tuned Swiss clock. Many people underestimate the incredible power of a strong immune system. It's not only the foundation of a herpes-free life, but also the key to a healthy, stress-free, and vibrant existence. Once the herpes virus is defeated and these potent nutrients are fully integrated into your cells, your immune system will climb back to optimal levels, ready to protect you for life. With this renewed immunity, you'll notice dramatic improvements in your overall well-being. Say goodbye to sleepless nights, nagging stress, and the constant anxiety of potential outbreaks. Cold sores, red itchy rashes, and the pain they bring will become distant memories, never to disrupt your life again. You'll feel a newfound strength coursing through your veins, giving you unshakable confidence, boundless energy, and a radiant sense of health and happiness. Your memory will sharpen, your brain will perform at its best, and your skin will glow with a luminous vitality that reflects the changes happening deep inside your body. And there's more. You'll rediscover a side of yourself you thought was long gone. Your sex drive will soar, reigniting the spark in your love life and bringing unparalleled intimacy and connection. This isn't just about erasing herpes, it's about stepping into a version of yourself that feels unstoppable, unbreakable, and truly alive. Now, you probably have 2 questions. First, how do I get my hands on this? And second, in which quantities should I take Tranquivir? You see, it's hard for me to answer the first question. When we created Tranquivir, we knew that in order for this formula to work, we had to source only the highest quality ingredients. We looked over 4 continents from over half a dozen providers, until we found the right companies to work with. This makes our ability to keep high stocks on hand almost impossible. And then there's all these men and women who've used Tranquivir and experienced massive results by completely banishing HSV from their bodies. They are all coming back for more. For themselves and for their friends and family, they want to make sure we don't run out of Tranquivir and they're left out. This makes our stock run out in days every time a new shipment arrives. Plus, we're only able to produce Tranquivir in small quantities, since finding high-quality ingredients is extremely hard. This is the only way to make sure we keep the formula 100% effective. Since you're here, your package is reserved. But if you leave this page, we cannot guarantee supply when you come back. Now, regarding how you should use Tranquivir, the answer is easy. Take one power capsule after breakfast, lunch or dinner with a big glass of water for at least 30 days. It will provide you with the necessary nutrient intake to fight HSV1 and HSV2, strengthen your immune system, and eliminate every single herpes trace from your system. Now, based on the damage herpes has done on your immune system and your nerve cells, it's going to be a tough battle. Yes, physical symptoms like cold sores and blisters will vanish in just a matter of days, but what happens with the process that takes place deep inside your body? The problem is that your immune cells are constantly hijacked by the virus because it lurks hidden under their surface and binds on CTCF once in the area of your nervous system. Sure, you will see the external improvements fast, but the internal ones, well, it may take longer to heal. That's why, after analyzing the results of over 87,000 men and women who've successfully used this program, we recommend taking at least 2 bottles of Tranquivir over a period of 60 days. And if you want to be completely safe and don't take any chances, we recommend you take at least 4 bottles or more over a period of 120 days. This way, you'll be absolutely sure your system is 100% free and safe from herpes and stays healthy and strong for the rest of your life. Tens of thousands of men and women have used Tranquivir with mind-blowing results, experiencing a rapid decrease in their painful outbreaks and gaining back their skin glow, no longer hiding a disease that doesn't, and no longer saying, "Here we go again," during the next flare-up. Their sex drive and energy levels are unmatched, and their confidence levels are holding high and strong, making everyone around them look at them with awe and admiration. Women like Sarah O., 31 years old, from New Orleans, Louisiana, who says, "After I took the first capsule of Tranquivir, the symptoms disappeared before any blisters formed. This product's quality is outstanding. I've tried lots of supplements, and none of them worked for me. I haven't had any outbreaks for 9 months. It's unbelievable. And this comes from a person that suffered from herpes for more than 10 years. Thank you so much. You changed my life." Or men like Jason T., 39 years old, from Nashville, Tennessee, who writes, "I wish I had found this sooner. Tranquivir has been life-changing for me. I went from getting weekly breakouts to none at all. Great value for money too. Thank you, Aiden. Keep it up." And Monica D., 40 years old, from New York, New York, who says, "I've been living with HSV2 for almost 2 decades. I lived in fear and embarrassment that no one would ever be able to accept and be with me once they found out. I even had suicide thoughts. But this horrible nightmare came to an end once I purchased Tranquivir. I really had no idea how great life is when you're herpes-free. I even got engaged. I can't find the words to express my immense gratitude. Thank you a million times." Or Timothy L., 37, from St. Paul, Minnesota, who emailed us this, "I'm not the kind of person that writes reviews, but Tranquivir is the real deal. All I have to say is that I'm outbreak-free for the longest time ever, and I've been struggling with this devil for years. Thanks a lot." Stories like these are incredible, but they are not unique. Every day my phone rings, and another email or text messages pops up on my screen. Thousands of men and women who now enjoy a herpes-free life that has been given to them. Seeing all this, I hope you understand why I initially wanted to sell this program for $297. But while I could have easily done that and have people lining up, the truth is, I'm not here to make myself money. I'm here to make an impact, to make a dent in this industry, and help as many people as possible get rid of the burden that's been following them for their entire lives, the one of being stigmatized by this debilitating disease. Because with this program, you can finally get rid of the herpes virus, just like nature intended, from the moment you were born. That's why I'm going to ask you for $297, or even $97, for the program that has helped over 87,000 individuals just like you. In fact, today, while this website is still up, you have a one-time chance to get the proven formula that eliminates the risk of herpes recurrence in just a few weeks from now for only $69 a bottle. Now, because I know how important it is to not only break the chains of herpes, but also keep your body healthy and safe from it for the rest of your life. After talking to our manufacturing partner, we decided to give a discount on the 4-bottle package of Tranquivir. You can get them for only $49 per bottle and also get free shipping from us for as long as the current supply lasts. Once we run out of stock, the discount is gone forever. So select on the 4-bottle package or any other package you want and join the 87,000 happy men and women who now enjoy the incredible benefits of being outbreak-free for life. Now, tens of thousands of people are already living proof that Tranquivir will stop cold sore flare-ups. 2 bottles of Tranquivir will both eliminate the sudden outbreaks and shield you from future herpes eruptions, boost your immune system, increase cell functioning, nourish your body and skin, repair the invisible damage the HSV has caused to your self-esteem and worth, and give you full control over your personal life and professional career. But there is a reason why 97% of our users choose the 4 bottles package. Once you go with the 4 bottles package, in just 4 months from now, you'll be able to obliterate every single trace of it, and you'll shield yourself against HSV once and for all. This will strengthen the connection between your brain and your immune system, allowing it to protect you 100% from herpes, giving you skyrocketing energy levels and even boosting your memory and focus. Many years will pass from now, and you'll remain a perfectly healthy-looking individual, thankful that you didn't let herpes wreck your appearance, your mind, and everything around you. Now, if this sounds good for you, here's what you need to do next. Select the 4-bottle package or any other package you want, hit the button below, and fill the form on the other page. Once you've secured your order, in 7 days from now, you'll get Tranquivir right at your doorstep in a 100% safe and discreet way. Now, this program will get you that herpes-free life you always wanted. And that may seem a little shocking to you, I understand. After all, the herpes treatment industry giants have been sucking cash out of your pockets from the moment you first set foot on their website. So let me change that now. We stand behind the power of this program. That's why, with every bottle of Tranquivir, you get a 60-day no-questions-asked, money-back guarantee. It works like this. You select one of the packages below and hit the buy button. You give this program a try and experience the results as tens of thousands of men and women did before you. And if for any reason whatsoever you are not satisfied with the results, if you don't experience even the tiniest alleviation of pain, send me or Dr. Linton an email and we'll refund every penny you invested into this program. No hassle, no questions asked, no red tape. I know Tranquivir is what you need to change your life. That's why when you select your package today, all the risk is on me, but you need to hurry. I made a lot of enemies by posting this program online. Vicious herpes treatment gurus who woke up this morning and noticed their bank account balance was slimmer than yesterday. Snake oil drug manufacturers who don't know what to do with their remaining inventory of cheap knockoff products. Even angry skin specialists who may soon be left out of jobs as this program has already healed people from HSV outbreaks. Each one of them wants this site off the internet. So the next time my phone rings and I'm forced to take this program down, you'll be on your own. But why would you give up on your only real chance to break free from herpes once and for all, when you could be living cold sore and blister-free in just a few weeks from now, like over 87,000 men and women who have done it before you, who are now enjoying the time of their lives, knowing that no partner will turn their back on them once they found out their dirty little secret? Why shouldn't you be among them, when you have so little time to spend and so much to gain? Now, the choice is all yours. The way I see it, 2 paths lie in front of you. It's the decision you'll have to live with for the rest of your life. You can leave this page and act like nothing happened. You can ignore this incredible program, all the groundbreaking research that proves it's guaranteed to work for any person, and go back to your regular life. You continue to be insecure among every individual who wants to be intimate with you and ask yourself every time, what if he finds out? And never stop worrying that he could cheat on you or dump you the minute he knows the truth. You can continue to waste thousands of dollars on prescribed medications, cream, and techniques that even if they have some insignificant results for a while, they will always fail you. You can let your confidence along with your joy of life continue on a downward slide. Sure, you could choose this way of life, or you could choose the second path that stands in front of you. And to be honest, it's the only one that makes sense. You can give yourself a chance to change something today on this page. Hit the buy button below and enjoy the life you always deserved from the moment you were born. A life where you don't settle for fear, where you walk into a room and the first thing people notice about you isn't the huge and red cruster that covers your face, where your professional life doesn't hang from a tiny thread every time a nasty outbreak occurs, because you know that it's a scary place, enough to make your significant other to turn their back on you in disgust and fear, throwing your condition in your face. Instead, you can draw a red line to all of this and catch sight of the life you dreamed. Now the question is, do you love yourself enough to say goodbye to this life-wrecking virus? Just think about this for a second, and if the answer is yes, then simply select your package and hit the button below. I have faith that you'll make the right decision and choose what's best for you. Click on the buy button below now and give this program a test try. Still here? No worries, I understand. Especially given the amazing secrets that I've revealed in this presentation. So here's what I'm going to do. Let me answer some of the most important questions we receive about Tranquivir so you can go ahead and hit the buy button below with full confidence. Question 1. Is it truly possible for me to get rid of the herpes complex virus for real? The short answer is yes. You see, the reason why Tranquivir is so effective is because of the way it works. Other herpes solutions alleviate the symptoms but do not assess the root cause, which makes the virus resurface whenever it has the opportunity. Tranquivir, on the other hand, goes directly to the root cause of your problem in a unique and proprietary way. According to Dr. Linton, a world-renowned health specialist, the main culprit behind the HSV survival in the human body stems from the virus's ability to trick the immune system and bind its proteins on a transcending cell known as TAP. After it reaches the area of your nervous system, it binds on an enzyme known as CTCF, the one that activates the virus and causes outbreaks out of nowhere. The longer the virus lurks inside our cells, the weaker our immune system gets, trapping our body in a never-ending circle. Dr. Linton has identified 14 powerful natural ingredients that together reverse the activities of those proteins that the virus hijacks, increasing your immune capacity and notifying your immune cells that they have to fight the viral elements. You see, the key to dealing the final blow on HSV1 and HSV2 was all along at its complexity and how exactly it infects our body. Now that scientists know how and why the virus strikes, it's 100% possible to eliminate it from your body. Question 2. Can I take Tranquivir if I have allergies or I am currently taking other supplements? We created Tranquivir for all ages and medical conditions. The only side effect you'll see while using it will be the stunned look on people's faces when they see you carrying yourself with confidence across the room. Tranquivir does not require any restrictive diets or weird exercises, does not interfere with other supplements you may take, and it addresses the root cause of your insufferable herpes outbursts in an extremely safe and natural way, while shielding your body from HSV for good. You should also know that Tranquivir is produced using high-quality ingredients in an FDA-approved facility using the latest technology and equipment. This is why we can confidently say that Tranquivir is safe to use. Now, as always, if you suffer from allergies or other certain medical conditions at this very moment, we strongly advise that you consult with your doctor first. Question 3. Who is this program for? Tranquivir was designed to work for people who suffer from HSV1 and HSV2, or even both, and people that have been occasionally struggling from herpes flare-ups. It has 0 side effects, and it doesn't interfere with any medication or diet. This program is also diabetic-friendly. In fact, we've received many thank you letters from people saying they've recovered from their type 2 diabetes. Question 4. How long does it take to see the results? The moment you begin taking Tranquivir is when your body starts fighting the virus. And once your body assimilates all the nutrients it needs, you'll start seeing results in no time. Question 5. What if it doesn't work for me? Can you tell me about that guarantee again? The more results we see, the more confident we are Tranquivir will work for you. Of course, never 2 bodies ever work in exactly the same way. A small number of people might find it doesn't work for them as they expected, and that's why every bottle of Tranquivir comes with a risk-free 60-day money-back guarantee. If you decide Tranquivir is not for you, you can return what you haven't used in full for an immediate no-questions-asked refund. Question 6. How long will this still be available? I'm really not sure. History has shown us that the herpes industry fat cats are not going to sit aside and watch as their margins turn to dust. They'll spend as much money as they need in legal fees to shut down this site. This may be your last chance to get Tranquivir. The choice is up to you, of course. But I wouldn't wait until it's already too late and this website is removed from the internet. Also, you should know that the only place you can get Tranquivir is right here on this page. Question 7. How do I get Tranquivir? It's very easy. Select one of the packages below and hit the Buy Now button. Try the program for 2 full months, and if you're unhappy with the results, send me an email and I'll make sure you get your investment back. So go ahead and click the button below. I hope I answered all your remaining questions, and by now you can safely and confidently order your own supply of Tranquivir today. Also, I feel like it's my duty to confess that in order to achieve the best results, my personal recommendation for you is to choose either the 4 or at least 2 bottle package. So go ahead and secure your package now, fill in the shipping details on the other side, and start enjoying an amazing and herpes-free life, like it was always meant to be. I look forward to hearing your success story.